who wakes up in the morning and has a drink. I can go for days in the house without drinking. It's when I start.
It's in a social situation.
It's in a social situation, and I find it difficult to stop. And so I suppose I've been kidding myself that I've been doing all right, but I haven't, I don't think. And I think that I have to readdress this, and I have to do it for myself ultimately, and I have to do it for my family. And it's a shame, because when I am controlling it, I love nothing more than getting excited to go out with a glass of champagne or a vodka and tonic with the girls, and I kind of resent, in a way, my friends who well, envy more than resent my friends who can do that. And I had a sort of a big all-nighter not so long ago, and the press discovered it. I mean, okay, at the end of the world, Actors has all-nighter is not breaking news, news, but it's embarrassing. It was in a local paper, not a national. It's embarrassing for the family, but also for my family. It's because they worry about me so much, you know. And I think that they were hoping it would all be okay. And I think I have to admit to myself that I just, you know, it's not that I get to the point, because I know it's hard for you, it's hard for my sister Debbie, and it's hard for Colleen to understand how I don't find the cut-off point, because Colleen will just get to the point when she says, I've had enough. But that doesn't
kick in with you.
It doesn't kick in with me. And friends who I'm with have said, you appear sometimes completely lucid, you know, not even sort of foully doon drunk, as we call it in Newcastle, like that. But I appear lucid, but then the next day I've had a complete blackout and I can't remember anything, which, apart from being embarrassing, is very dangerous.
That's the bit I don't understand, because
well, I know,
when you have the next day where you cannot remember anything, does that, this is the bit I don't understand. I don't understand how then you can't say to yourself, what is the point? I've not had a good time because I don't remember anything. And then the things you're reminded of are so sometimes embarrassing. It's like, why doesn't that make you go,
well, the things that you remind me of.
I can't drink.
But it's that thing, isn't it? I mean, it's all very well in the cold light of day, in the sober cold light of day, to say, you know, rationalise why you do something that's ultimately not good for you and is destructive and doesn't really do you any good. But you're not rational when you've had a few drinks. You're not rational enough to say, are you?
And also, what you do is you know, it's like giving birth. You soon forget the pain. So the way that you feel, the way that you feel, which is so horrendous and so hungover and so that sort of self-hatred thing. Not always. I mean, I'm not just talking about going out and getting a bit bladdered and waking up with a hangover. I mean, there's nothing now and again, nothing wrong with that at all. But some of the states that I've been in is awful. But of course, the next time you go out, you think, right, what I'm going to do is I'll have a different drink. I won't drink wine, so I'll have a different drink. And because you so desperately don't want to stop, you don't want to feel that you have to stop drinking. You try to do the changes, and you know, and then of course it doesn't.
Is, you know, I always get accused on here of being the drink police. It's like I'm totally teetotal, and I'm not. I mean, I've been out with you and you, and we've all had a drink, and you two have ended up very merry, may I say. But you two do have that cut-off point. I mean, I could never see you, especially, ending up on the floor or falling out of a club or not remember what you've done the next day. And that's the issue. That's the issue I have with drink. I don't mind anybody having a drink and having a great time and a good laugh, but if they don't know when to stop, then I lose patience with it. And Ray is, you know, a perfect example in the respect that he drinks and I go. He gets to that merry stage where it's brilliant, and I love it like that, and we're having a laugh, and then I see more drink, and I'm going, I think you should just have some water now and, like, pace yourself.
But
and
he's like, that's offensive then
why
to
do
them,
I want
isn't it?
water? I'm out. And his attitude is, and in some respects is true, you know, he never, ever drinks at home, and in actual fact, he very rarely goes out, maybe twice a month. So his attitude is, God, I haven't been out all month. But what he does is, he makes up for the whole month in one night.
Yeah. You go defensive, but also...
It's like, I'd rather him go out 3 times a week and come back slightly merry than go out once a month, and I don't even like him, let alone fancy him by the end of the night, I'm telling you.
I can tell, yeah. I feel very sorry for people who haven't got that I've had enough now, because we've definitely got it. And we do go out and we do have a good drink, but we also drink a lot of water. We also eat very well, you and I, because we've got appetites like horses. We've had pie and chips today already. But we do drink, but we've always got something in our stomach. We always drink a lot of water with our drinks. And it's about pacing your night,
which is what I would like to be able to do.
And I have to say, I don't think it's because, you know, I'm any more sensible than you are. I think it's to do a lot with your physical constitution, in that my body will not allow me to drink beyond a certain point without having to have an evacuation, shall we say. You know, and I just can't. No, but my body would just. I feel ill. I don't feel good. I don't feel well.
That's not good with that hair.
But also.
reason to get it cut. Another reason. But do you know what I mean? But there are people, and I know them, and there's, you know, there's plenty of them, and Denise, you're one of them. You don't have the ill effects of it. It doesn't make you feel ill. You know, you don't have hangovers or whatever.
I do have. Oh my God,
Do you have
I absolutely
hangovers?
have. And also, the worst thing is, and the reason that I have to readdress it. Is because I have 2 children who I love very much and they love me very much. And, you know, my eldest son loves me having a drink, but he hates me being in a state. And he doesn't want to go back to where he was worried about me. And for that reason, I have to rethink my life again.
Right, if you need further advice relating to anything we've discussed, help is available at the address on screen now. Time for a breather and our final break, but when we return, we'll be catching up with Loose Women favourite, Gabrielle, and she'll be performing live as well. First, here's who'll be joining us on the show tomorrow. Welcome back to the final slice of Loose Chat today. Here's a last chance to enter our competition to blitz the high street and win £3,000 worth of Marks & Spencer vouchers just in time for Christmas. What are traditionally pulled at Christmas time and usually contain party hats, jokes and novelty items? Is it A, snappers, B, bangers or C, crackers? Call 09012 931 941. That's 09012 931 941. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from mobiles and other networks may be higher. Text WIN plus your answer, A, B or C, to 63337. Text costs £1 plus 1 standard network rate reply message. Digital satellite viewers can enter by pressing their red button now. You can also enter for free at itv.com/loosewomen. Entrance must be 18 or over and all lines close at 1:20. The very best of luck. The answer and name of our winner will appear on the Loose Women website next week. Remember, all lines close at 1:20, so if you try and enter after then, you may still be charged. Now, our next guest is one of the UK's best-loved pop stars and has just released her 5th album entitled Always. Since 1993, she's been thrilling audiences with her distinctive brand of contemporary soul, recently wowing crowds at a series of sold-out shows at the legendary Ronnie Scott's in London. The second single from the album, Every Little Teardrop, released this week, sees her in defiant form. Please welcome Gabrielle.
They said not to kiss them, and I so wanted to kiss them.
I was talking about the kissy. Do you like to do the kissy?
I do the kissy. I'm greedy. Yeah.
How many do you do?
2. Yeah. Everyone always like stops, you know, like one side. I'm like, no, and the rest. And I think they look at me like I'm a bit strange. I am, but you know, they know now.
Looks so gorgeous, so glamorous.
Well, did you not hear that cement mixer going behind? So, you know, that was me. Tons of the stuff.
We're also chatting about that line between social drinking turning into problem drinking. Have you sort of, you're in an industry of excess rock and roll. Have you sort of had your issues with that, or are you pretty disciplined?
I like to think I'm disciplined. Don't get me wrong. There was one particular occasion.
Have you had one